All right, guys, here we are. We're back. It is the bottom of the fifth inning. It's Steven Matz. Score is 5-3 Mets, where this is part two of game 73. I'm sorry, game 72. And it's going to be the top of the lineup, starting off with Jace Peterson. And it's a 5-4. It's a ground ball, second baseman. And Walker throws him out. 3-7. It's a line drive base hit for Enciarte, his second hit of the game. Freddie Freeman, 2-5. Swung and missed. Strike three. Second out. And that's his seventh strikeout of the game. And Jeff Francoeur, 3-9. That's called strike three. And that's his eighth strikeout. So he seems to be getting stronger as the game progresses. And we go to the top of the sixth now. Score is 5-3 Mets. For the Mets is going to be Michael Conforto. He's 1 for 2 against Alexi Ogando. 5-6, and that's a walk. Conforto's on at first now. Travis d'Arnaud is going to hit away. So 1-9. It's a fly ball center field. Enciarte there. One down. Steven Matz is going to bunt. It's a 7. That's a successful bunt for the second out, but Conforto's on a second now in scoring position. And it's going to be Curtis Granderson. It's going to be a 1-7. A 1-7 is a ground ball hit right at the third baseman, Garcia, over to first for the third out. So we go to the bottom of the sixth now. And it's 5-3 Mets. It's going to be Markakis. It's going to be Matz against Markakis. Markakis is 1 for 2. He singled earlier. And it's 3-7. Ground ball right at Loney. Loney takes it himself for the first out. Garcia, Adonis, 5-10, and that's a fly ball lifted to right field. Granderson over, makes the catch. And Tyler Flowers. And that's a 2-4. It's a ground ball hit right at Cabrera. He takes his time, throws him out. We go to the top of the seventh. In the top of this, that's it. In the top of the seventh, it is going to be Cabrera, Cespedes, and Walker. Here's the pitch to Cabrera. It's a 6-3, and that's a ground ball shortstop X. It's a 12. The shortstop is Ibar, who's a 3. And that's a ball that Ibar gets through, throws on the run, and throws out Cabrera by a step. One away. Cespedes is 2 for 3. Homer and a double. And that's a 2-9. 2-9. And that's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. The only card in the second column that's not a hit. The only number, on the second column that's not a hit. And he happens to roll that one. So this is Ogando's 1, 2, 3. Been in there a while. This is third inning. Well, his third inning. And that's his first strikeout. 2 away now in the top of the seventh inning, and it's going to be Walker. Walker is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch, 6-11, and 6-11 for Ogando. It's a fly ball left field X. The left fielder is Francoeur, who's a 3-15. We rolled a 15 on a 3, and that's a single. Drops in there, a single for Walker. Second hit of the game for Walker. And it's going to be Loney. The pitch to Loney. And it's 4-8. 4-8 is a line drive base hit single. Walker's going to go to third. And Neal makes it because there's 2 outs. First and third now. And let's take a quick peek at 294, 32 innings pitched. He's going to stay in there. Here's the pitch to Loney. 5-10. That's a fly ball center field X. And that's a 17. And Ciarte makes a nice running catch for the third out. And after 6.5, it's 5-3 Mets. It's going to be the bottom of the order for the Braves. Ibar, the pitcher spot, and then Peterson. And here's the pitch from Matz to Ibar. .610, and that's off Matz. And that's catcher's card. It's a 3. We rolled a 9. A 9 is going to be a pop-up. Pop to 2. 1 away now. This is going to be a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter is going to be Snyder. I don't know if we have anybody named Snyder here. Let's take a quick peek if we have Snyder. Otherwise, we'll create a Snyder. Snyder was one of the pinch hitters. It was actually their first pinch hitter. I don't have anybody named Snyder. Now let's pull up Snyder's stats. June 24th, 2016. Brandon Snyder. For Ogando. In the bottom of the 7th. There's 1 away now. Here's the pitch to Brandon Snyder. And that's a 4-10. 4-10 is a fly ball center field X. And Cespedes is a 3 out there. That's a 17. 17 is going to be an out. Nice catch by Cespedes for the second out. And it's going to be Jace Peterson. Three, 4. It's going to be pop-up. And that's going to be Walker calls for it. And that's the third out. So at the end of 7 innings of play, it's 5-3 Mets. We go to the top of the 8th now. And pitcher for Atlanta will be Ian Kroll. I saw him in here. Ian Kroll. And Ian Kroll was 2-0 with 3.18 ERA and 51 innings pitched. So it's Michael Conforto. The pitch to Conforto is 5-11 off Kroll's card. 5-11 is a strikeout. 1 away now. Conforto is 1 for 3 now. Starno, who's 1 for 3, comes up to bat. Here's the pitch from Kroll. And it's a 2-7, a 2-7, and it's a fly ball lifted to left. Left fielder Francoeur squeezes it 2 away. Steven Matz. It's going to be 2-8. It's a strikeout for Matz. So Kroll gets the Mets to go 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 7.5, it's 5-3 Mets. It's going to be Ender Enciarte leading it off. There's action in the Mets bullpen for sure. Here's the pitch to Enciarte. It's 3-9 off Enciarte's card. 3-9 is going to be a fly ball to right field. It's Granderson there. Makes the catch. 1 away. Freddie Freeman is 2 for 3. He's got a single and a 2-run home run. Here's the pitch. 2-8. It's a fly ball. Again, right field. Granderson takes a few steps in. Makes the catch. Hit it well, right on the nose, but right at Granderson. And with 2 outs, it's Jeff Francoeur. Francoeur is 1 for 3. He struck out twice and singled. And a 2-11. 2-11 is going to be a ground ball right at his dribble. And he takes his time and throws him out. So 3 up, 3 down quickly here in the bottom of the 8th. And the Mets go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be the Mets are leading 5-3, and the Mets are going to bring up the top of the order against Ian Kroll. Curtis Granderson against Kroll, lefty on lefty. It's 4-6, 4-6. It's a line drive caught by the third baseman Garcia. 1 away. Cabrera is 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. He's driven in 1 today. That's a 3-7. A 3-7 is a line drive base hit for Asdrubal Cabrera. That's his 3rd hit of the game. He is definitely a professional hitter. Doesn't slump very much and can get really hot. He mashes lefties. In 2017, he batted .390 against lefties. Only about .240 against righties. Yoenis Cespedes, with 1 out. Cespedes is 2 for 4. He's hit a 3-run home run and doubled. And here's the pitch from Kroll. You know what? We're going to, Kroll's going to pitch to Cespedes. This will be a 4-5. A 4-5 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Kroll. And that is the 2nd strikeout in the game for Cespedes. So with runner on first, with Cabrera on first, it's going to be Walker. Walker is 2 for 3. He singled twice. And it's a 5-10. A 5-10 is a hard hit ground ball right at the shortstop Ibar, who's a 3. And we're going to check and see. That's a 20. That's a roll again for sure. But let me pick up the chart and then confirm. Yes, it is 5. And that's much better. And that's an out. And it's going to be a 5-1. Yep, that's a 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. We're going to see Juris Familia here in the bottom of the 9th for the Mets. And Matz is going to be removed after 8 innings. Mets gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. 3 runs. 3 earned runs. Actually, no. Yes. No. 2 earned runs, excuse me. There was an error on the shortstop, Cabrera, in the second inning, and that was the run that scored. So that wouldn't have scored hadn't it been for the error. And he gives up one home run. Nats does. See how many he walked? He walked none. Struck out 8. And it's going to be Juris Familia. Juris Familia is the closer extraordinaire for the Mets in 2016. And I'll show you his stats. Juris Familia was 3-4 with a 2.55 ERA, but had 51 saves and 78 innings pitched. Only one home run allowed, so he was dominant in 2016. This is the year that the Mets go into that one-game playoff against San Francisco. So let's see if we can get there and then keep going. If we beat San Francisco, we're going to have to go against Bumgarner, and we're going to have to continue through that. If we can get through Bumgarner, we'll have to see if they can win the next series. That'd be interesting to see. Okay, so here is Familia, and Familia is going to face Markakis, Garcia, and Flowers. Markakis on the day is 1 for 3, 1-8. And that's a pop-out to the second baseman, Walker, calling for it. 1 away. Garcia now. Adonis Garcia. Garcia is 1 for 3. That's a 6-3. And that ball is lined base hit off Familia's card. So Adonis is on with, and that brings the tying run to the plate now against Familia. Tyler Flowers is the batter. Tyler Flowers is 0 for 3 on the day. He hit into a double play, struck out, and then grounded out again. 1 away, bottom of the 9th. Scored 5-3 Mets. Garcia's on at first, takes his lead. Juris sets and deals, and it's a 3. It's going to be off Flowers' card, so that's not good. 3-8. And that ball is lifted to deep center field, and back goes the center fielder Cespedes to the track, to the wall, looks up, and that's gone. The game is tied. Juris Familia blows the save. Tyler Flowers hits a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th inning to tie the game for the Braves. And I know that the coach is not happy about that. I know Familia would want that pitch back, that's for sure. Just hung over the plate, and Tyler Flowers crunched it. So now the game is 5-5, and there's one out here, and it's Eric Ibar. Ibar is 0 for 3. Here's a pitch to Ibar. It's 3-7. 3-7. Say swing and a miss, strike 3. Second out of the inning. And it's time for a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Kroll. And who else came? Cervenka came, pitched in this game. So we're going to bring in Cervenka. That'll be the next pitcher. So there definitely will be more action unless there's a walk-off here. And it's going to be Bonifacio, Emilio Bonifacio, pinch hitting. Let's see if we can. We created Bonifacio. He wasn't available, but we kind of did what we had to do. Cervenka. I've seen Cervenka somewhere. I don't see Cervenka, but I've seen Cervenka. So let's track Cervenka real quick. Let's try to get through this inning, see if Bonifacio, see what he does. Not very much power for Bonifacio. He's a part-time player, had about 40 at-bats. So this is going to be off Familia's card, a 5-4. And that's a ground ball hit right at the third baseman. At third base is Flores. He's a 4. And that's a 2. And that's going to be a single. Gets by Flores. Doesn't really have the range to get to those. So the pinch hitter now, Bonifacio, is on at first. Game is tied at 5 apiece after Tyler Flowers' 2-run home run. So with 2 outs, Bonifacio is on at first. And it's going to be Jace Peterson against Juris Familia. Here's the pitch. It's off Peterson's card. Peterson was batted .254 with 16 doubles, 1 triple, and 7 home runs in 350 at bats. So that's a 110. That's a hard hit ground ball, but right at Familia, who takes a few steps towards first and throws him out. But the damage has been done, and the Braves tie it in the bottom of the 9th with a 2-run home run by Tyler Flowers. And we go to the top of the 10th inning now, extra innings, tied up at 5. Now we're going to look for Cervenka. And that's Hunter Cervenka is his name. And let's see. His ERA in 2017, he only pitched in 5 games, 5 innings, was 15. But in 2016, you're playing anything MB. Oh, that's okay. 2016 with Atlanta. Okay, I see. Yeah. Let's grab his card somewhere here. He had... just had him somewhere. Don't know what I do with him. Cervenka. Okay, pitching record right here. Got a pitching record. And his effectiveness was good. Average to poor control. Good ERA. Strikeout pitcher, good. I guess so. That's close enough. So let's write him in. It's going to be... we're bringing in Cervenka there. Hunter Cervenka. And he's in the game now. It's going to be yellow. He's going to pitch Saloni, Flores, and Conforto in a 5-5 game here in the top of the 10th inning. It's going to be a 1-8 from the pitch from Cervenka, and it's swung on and lined for a base hit for James Loney. That's Loney's second hit of the game. He's 2 for 5 now. So Loney's on at first. Not much speed. And it's going to be Wilmer Flores. Here's the pitch from Cervenka. It's a 2-9. 2-9 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Michael Conforto. Cervenka, 4-9. It's a ground ball at the second baseman, a slow chopper. Coming in for it is the second baseman, Peterson. 2 away, and Loney is on at second now. Travis d'Arnaud. Say 3-7. A 3-7. That's line base hit, and they're going to wave Loney around second, and that's a 14, and he's going to be out at the plate. Loney gets thrown out on that single by d'Arnaud. It was just hit too hard to get Loney home. And it wasn't even close. I mean, Loney was out by a mile. He was out by 3 steps. But it's the luck of the draw sometimes. And that's the third out. And we go to the bottom of the 10th inning now. and it's 5-5. In the bottom of the inning, it's still Jurors Familia still in there. Actually, you know what? We're going to knock out Jurors Familia. We're going to pull a double switch, and we're going to bring in Addison Reed. Addison Reed, who had an outstanding season for the Mets. Got to look at his stats now. Addison Reed was 4-2 with a 1.97 ERA in 78 innings pitched. So he was beyond outstanding. That is Mariano-esque, if you will. So Addison Reed is going to be pitching to Enciarte, Freeman, and Francoeur. And we're going to get a double switch as well. It's going to be the catcher, Rivera. Let's double check, see who's around, because one of them got sent down to the minors around this time. Can't remember if it was Rivera or Plawecki. Darno begins to start almost every game. He starts 4 or 5 in a row. I'm looking for a game. Who was the last? Let me go back. Darno started last game. And let me look real quick. Where did I put all those papers? All right, here they are. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Rivera, the last catcher who started, so I'm not going to bring in Rivera right now. Don't think Plawecki's around anymore. I think it was Rene Rivera. So the double switch is going to be Rivera. And that's Familia. And in the catcher slot is going to be Reed. So we're going to pull a double switch, so we won't see the pitcher for a long time. And right now it's going to be Reed against Ender Enciarte. So we got a new catcher. It's Rene Rivera. And it's going to be a 1-9 off Enciarte's card, and that's a ground ball hit right at Walker, who handles it easily. Out number 1. Freddie Freeman, here's the pitch. 110. Freeman's got a lot of power, and he hits a line drive, and that's a base hit to center field. So Freeman's on at first. Not much speed. Francoeur, the pitch to Francoeur, it's a 6-2, and that's a fly ball lifted to right. Granderson, a few steps to his right, and makes the catch for the second out. And it's Markakis. Now, Markakis batted .269 with 38 doubles, 13 home runs in 2016. Here's the pitch to Markakis. It's off Reed's card, a 6-8. It's a fly ball lifted to center. Center fielder Cespedes, he's there for the third out. So the Braves lead 1, and at the end of 10 innings of play, it's 5-5. We go to the top of the 11th inning now. And give me 1 second. Okay, I got the data. June 22nd. It was Rene Rivera. All right, great. So I can relax now. So the last catcher they had was Rivera. I'm pretty sure he's still there. Because out of the blue, Darno, I know, in that season came back from an injury and started playing every game. And that's what happened in this section of the season in June. He starts playing in every game he's in the lineup. So that's probably the time period that happened. And Rene Rivera, I know, wasn't injured in that last game. It's just that Darno showed up. So I'm going to have to take a look at that, but I'm pretty sure that Rivera's still on the roster at that point, and it isn't Plawecki. I think Plawecki comes back later because Rivera has 185 at-bats, and I think he gets I'm not sure if he starts with the Mets that year. Plawecki has 132 at bats that season. All right, won't be the end of the world if we blow it. So let's put Rivera in there. Travis d'Arnaud is out, and it's going to be Rivera batting. Rivera has decent power. He hit 6 home runs. Batted 222. So here's the pitch from Cervenka, excuse me, Cervenka to Rivera. It's a 6-3, and that's a ground ball, first baseman X. And we got a 2 at first. We rolled a 20, and that's going to be roll again. It's an 8. It's a ground ball that's handled easily by Freeman. I'm sorry. Yes, by Freddie Freeman. Ground out 3. 1 away now. Curtis Granderson. Curtis Granderson is 2 for 5 on the day. He's got a single and a home run. A solo shot. So it's off Granderson's card. That's a good omen for the Mets. It's a 1-10. That's a ball that's lifted to center field deep. And back goes Inciarte to the track and makes the running catch. So Granderson gets a hold of one, but Inciarte, who's a Gold Glove type center fielder, runs it down. There's 2 outs now, and it's Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera is 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 singles. Truly a professional hitter, 6'5", and that's ball 4. So Cabrera gives Cespedes a chance. He manages to get on with a walk, and here is Yoenis Cespedes. Yoenis Cespedes is 2 for 5. He's got a home run and a double, 3-run shot in the first inning. And that's a 6-11. It's a ground ball back to Cervenka. Cervenka is going to be a 2 and a 2-17. He handles it easily and takes a few steps towards first base and throws out Cespedes. Cespedes didn't even bother to run, just disgusted with himself. So at a pitch that was way out of the strike zone and just kind of stretched, leaned in for it, and bounced it weakly back up to the pitcher. And that's the end of the, what was that, 9 and 10. So that was the top of the 11th. So that's the, we'll go to the bottom of the 11th now. Got so many numbers and cross-outs and charts on my score sheet. I don't even know what inning it is anymore. So we're going to the bottom of the 11th inning. And it's Garcia, Flowers, and Ibar versus Addison Reed. All right, Addison Reed looks in for the sign from Rivera. Sets and deals. It's a 5-5. It's a strikeout. Garcia goes down on strikes. Tyler Flores. Flores is the hero of this game for the Braves. He hit a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game at 5 apiece off Juris Familia, the closer extraordinaire for the Mets. Goes to show you, don't call anybody closer extraordinaire, because every time you do, what's going to happen? That's a strikeout on Flowers for the second out. And Ibar is 0 for 4 today. 1-4, and that's a ground ball hit right at the third baseman, Flores, excuse me. Flores throws him out. 3 up, 3 down for Addison Reed. And we go to the top of the 12th inning. It's going to be Walker, Loney, and Flores against Hunter Cervenka. And he'll be pulled for a pinch hitter next inning, but he's still in the game right now. This is going to be Neil Walker. Neil Walker is 1 for 3. No, 2 for 4 and a walk. Let's say 5'11". A 5'11" is a strikeout. One away now. That's a second strikeout for Cervenka. And it's James Loney. 1-8. It's a line drive base hit for Loney. You know, Loney was picked up as a free agent halfway through the season when Lucas Duda went down with an injury. And he ended up batting .265 with 9 home runs for the Mets and 350 at-bats. It's a pretty decent hitter. I remember him back from his days with the Blue Jays. And he was a pretty decent hitter, always hovering around 290. Kind of a line drive type guy, not a big power guy, not a very fast guy. I think that was the issue. He wasn't very fast, and he was a corner infielder that didn't really have the mantle type power, you know, so that's really what happened with Loney. But Loney with 1 out here singles, and that's his 3rd consecutive single of the game. He's a 3 for 6 now. And it's Wilmer Flores. Now, Wilmer Flores has pretty decent power. Hit 16 home runs and 300 at-bats. So if you put him at 600 at-bats, he would have 32 home runs. Pretty decent season. I mean, I think Reggie Jackson in his day got the big bucks from about 32 home runs a year. So he's hitting at the level of Reggie Jackson. Let's see if he's Mr. October or not. Here's the pitch from Hunter Cervenka. It's a 2-9. 2-9 is a swing and a miss. He was going for the homer, but struck out instead. Second out, and it's Michael Conforto. Well, we know what Michael Conforto is made out of. Hit 30 home runs last year in 400 at-bats in 2017. Had a not-so-great 2016 where he had a real hard time batting against lefties. Ended up batting .220. With 12 home runs. He was sent down to the minors. So here's Conforto with the run around first. Here's the pitch to Conforto. It's going to be off Conforto's card, a 3-8. And that's a 1 hopper to the shortstop, Ibar, who goes to second for the force and the 3rd out. All right, so that's the 12th inning. That's the end of the 12th inning now, or the top half of the 12th inning. Go to the bottom half of the 12th, and it's 5-5. And I'm going to show you what my scorecard looks like, so you can see. Trying to keep track of what's going on. There it is. All the pitching changes are there, and the pinch hitters get written on the side there. Pitcher stats are not filled in because that would take me forever. I would never manage to do that. I thought the game was over with Matt, so I did his stats, and it didn't end up that way. So that's what's going on here outside of view, keeping track of everything. I have plenty of space here for for about 6 or 7 or 8 more innings. What are you going to do, right? Okay, so it's Crow, and then it's Cervenka. And now it's going to be a pinch hitter. And I'm going to see who that's going to be. It's going to be d'Arnaud. Chase d'Arnaud, the brother of the catcher for the Mets, Travis d'Arnaud, is going to pinch hit. And we're going to bring in, who did we bring in last game? So we know who's available. Alvarez. Alvarez is a lefty. And for the Mets, we're going to have, wow, okay. Johnson is going to pitch. He's going to pitch his Jim Johnson, pretty good pitcher. All right. So if Johnson does pitch, because the game continues, the Mets get through this inning right now. It's going to be a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Reed. Actually, he's going to be removed right now. And De Aza is going to come in. He's going to take over for Conforto at third. I'm sorry, in left. So De Aza, and my phone is running out of battery, but that'll give me at least half an hour. De Aza is going to come into left field. We're going to see a double switch. Double switch. Let's see if we can track down De Aza. It's always hiding. Guys are always hiding. Pitcher, we're going to bring in Robles. Robles is going to be pitching now. Diaz is there. Where's Robles? Hansel Robles, we'll look at what he did. Hansel Robles was 6-4 with a 3.48 ERA in 78 innings. They all seem to have 78 innings pitched. He allowed 7 home runs, which isn't too bad. About a home run less than every 10 innings. So Hansel Robles is going to be replacing Reed. And he's going to face the pinch hitter. No. There. So Conforto's out. And he's going to be facing the pinch hitter, Chase d'Arnaud, excuse me. Chase d'Arnaud. So it's Robles versus Chase d'Arnaud in the bottom of the 12th inning. Then it'll be the top of the lineup for the Braves. And here's the pitch to Chase d'Arnaud. It's going to be off d'Arnaud's car, 111, and that's a walk, ball 4. So Chase d'Arnaud walks for the pitcher Cervenka in the bottom of the 12th inning. So he's on at first. And it's going to be Peterson now. Wow, all those pinch hitters. It's going to be the top of the order, Peterson. Peterson may bunt. Let's see what happens. And here's the pitch, and he's squaring away. It's a 10. We don't know if that's going to be a successful bunt. Batter is safe. So it's a fielder's choice. And out is Chase d'Arnaud at second base. Peterson is on at first now. It's going to be Ender Inciarte. He's got some power. He batted .291 with, oh no, this is the year he doesn't really hit that many home runs. He hits only 3 home runs. So here's the pitch from Robles. It's 5-11. 5-11 is a ground ball right at Loney. Loney's a 3. And we rolled an 11. And that ball is caught by Loney. And he's going to go, it's moving towards second, so he's going to throw over there and back to first, not in time. So they force, it's a fielder's choice for Inciarte, and that's a second out. They go to second to get Peterson. Loney made a heads-up play there. He should be, he's a 3, but I thought he was a little bit better a first baseman than a 3, but that's what Strat says. I mean, it's not like they have so many ratings, There's 1 to 5, that's it. So I guess he falls within the 3 range. But, I can argue that, right? All right, Freddie Freeman with 2 outs and Inciarte at first. Freeman is 1, 2, 3 for 5. He's hit a 2-run home run. So he's got a lot of power. So here's the pitch from Robles. And that's a 4-3. A 4-3 is a ground ball hit at Loney. And covering the bag is Robles. And that's the 3rd out. So that's the end of the 12th inning. We go to the top of the 13th inning now. And it's going to be Jim Johnson. Pitching to De Aza. And Robles goes in there. Pitching to De Aza. So De Aza's in left field, and he's going to pitch. He's going to hit for in what was the pitcher spot. Here's the pitch from Johnson. It's a 2-8 to De Aza. A 2-8 is a walk, ball 4 for De Aza. So the Mets have their lead runner on. You know that De Aza batted .205 with 6 home runs. So he was not much of a threat of any kind. But he manages a walk, which is huge. He's doing his part to contribute. And Rene Rivera is going to square. And that's going to be an 11. I don't think that's a successful bunt either. Batter pops up. First baseman is there for the catch, 1 away. So it's a pop-up to 3 for the first out. And it's Curtis Granderson. Granderson is made 4 consecutive outs, but started the game with 2 hits, so he's 2 for 6. But Curtis Granderson has power. He hit 30 home runs in 2016. See what happens. Here's going to be the pitch from Jim Johnson. Jim Johnson with 2 wins, 6 losses, and a 3.06 ERA, 20 saves. And it's off Johnson's card, a 6-4, and that ball is a fly ball. Hit the left field. Left fielder Francoeur is over there for the second out. And it's Cabrera. Cabrera is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He walked in his last at bat. He homered earlier in the game. And it's going to be Cabrera now with De Aza on at first. De Aza doesn't have much speed. Not base stealing speed. He's a C. Here's the pitch to Cabrera. It's off Cabrera's card, which is a good sign, a 1-6, but that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the end of the top half of the 13th inning. We go to the bottom of the 13th. It's still tied at 5. Crazy. Battery's going to run out for sure. This game seems like it's never going to end. Okay, so it's going to be Francoeur leading off against Hansel Robles. They're going to need some innings out of Robles. It's going to be a 6-4. A 6-4. It's a ground ball to shortstop. It's a 17. Shortstop is a 2, and that's an out. Nice play by Cabrera. 1 away now, and it's Markakis. Nick Markakis, Hansel Robles looks in for the sign. It's a 6-8. A 6-8 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Robles. And Adonis Garcia. Adonis Garcia batted .273 with 29 doubles and 14 home runs. And that's a 4-7. A 4-7 is a ground ball right at Walker. Walker is a 3. It's a 9. And that's an out. Walker throws him out easily. And that's the end of the 13th inning. We go to the top of the 14th inning now, guys. It's going to be Cespedes, Walker, and Loney against Jim Johnson. Is this crazy or what? Well, I wanted to play some baseball, and I can't complain now, huh? Okay, Cespedes, Walker, and Loney. Here's the pitch to Cespedes. Cespedes is 2 for 6. He's due 4-9. 4-9 is a strikeout. 1 away. Top of the 14th. Neil Walker. It's got power. It's off his card. A 3-8. A 3-8. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Johnson. 2 away now. And it's James Loney. A 110 off Loney's card. A 110 is a hard hit ground ball right at the second baseman, Peterson. Takes his time over to first. 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 14th inning. Okay. We go to the bottom half of the 14th inning. It's going to be Flowers, Ibar, and a pinch hitter again. Wow, we're there again, guys. My goodness gracious. Okay, so it's going to be Flowers. Let's see if the Braves can walk off. Robles is in there for his third inning. He's due up in the next inning for the Mets, so he's going to try. We're going to start trying to get 3 innings out of these guys. 3-7, and that's off Tyler Flowers' card, and that just misses a home run. Sounds good. 3-7, and that's a swing and a miss. He just missed it by 1 number. A home run there, a split die home run. So that's a strikeout for Robles. And it's Ibar now, Eric Ibar. Eric Ibar is hitless today. He's 0 for 5, so he's due. It's the pitch from Robles. It's off Ibar's card, 3-5, and that's a fly ball center field. And on the run is Cespedes. He makes the catch. 2 away. And now it's a pitcher spot. And we've used almost everybody that we can use, from what I understand here. Let's look and see what we did last game. Running out of pinch hitters. All right, Przinsky is still there. Przinsky is still there, so that's a good thing. We'll bring in Przinsky. That's the catcher, though. We bring in the catcher, we're cooked. Unless he can play another position. Because then if we need a catcher... Well, it doesn't matter because I'm not playing injuries anyway, so... All right, Przinsky's going to bat. Pier, I'm going to write him in as Pier. He's a D. Pier for Johnson. In bottom of the 14th. Okay, here's Przinsky. Przinsky batted .219 with 2 home runs. And here's a pitch from Robles, a 3-7. It's off Przinsky's card. A 3-7 is a line drive base hit for Przinsky to center field. So with 2 outs, Przinsky's on at first. No speed at all at 1-8. So he's not going to be doing too much, but we'll see what happens. Never know. All right, so Robles is going to pitch to Jace Peterson. Peterson is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0 for 6 today. Here's the pitch. It's off Peterson's card, a 3-6, and that's a split die. That's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. Back goes the right fielder Granderson to the track, to the fence, and makes the catch for the 3rd out in the bottom of the 14th inning. And the Braves leave 1 runner on. And we go to the top of the 15th inning. Wow, this is the longest game that I've played in a long while. And we're going to get a new pitcher for the Braves. Wow, okay. Let's see who was due to, who pitched or who didn't get a chance to pitch yesterday. Johnson, Vizcaíno. Let's see if Vizcaíno's here. Otherwise, we've got to create another card. Vizcaíno. I don't think I have a Vizcaíno. Yeah, I do. Arodys Vizcaíno. Let's look at his stats. Arodys Vizcaíno was a 1-4 record with a 4.42 ERA, 10 saves, 39 innings pitched. So I guess at one point that made him the closer. Must have been an injury to Jim Johnson. Or it was originally he was the closer and then Jim Johnson got injured. Originally Johnson was the closer and he got injured and then they replaced him with Vizcaíno, or Vizcaíno was the closer at the start of the season and he didn't fare as well and he was replaced by Johnson or was injured. I'm not sure, but I haven't heard too much about Vizcaíno, so I know Johnson a little bit better. Okay, so it's the top of the 15th inning. We're running out of colors here. We already used blue. We already used orange. We didn't use red for the... So Vizcaíno is going to be red. And Vizcaíno is going to come in and pitch to Flores, Robles, and De Aza. So let's see what Robles can do here. I'm sorry, what Flores can do against Arodys Vizcaino. Here's the pitch. It's off Flores' card, 110, and that's line into the alley, and that's going to roll to the wall. Hustling over to get his Enciarte and throws it in, and the throw to second. He's safe under the tag with a double, a leadoff double here in the top of the 15th inning. So that's a good sign, potential score here. And we're going to Reynolds and Johnson. Okay. We're going to have to use some strategy if this game is ever going to end. So we have two guys on the bench. Matt Reynolds, who is a 1-13. Wilmer Flores runs at a 1-10 clip. 1-13 is Matt Reynolds. And we have a pinch hitter available next who's got some power. And that is Kelly Johnson. So those two are with the Mets at this time. And we know we have a catcher. That's 3. I don't know how many he carried. If he carried 12, we should have one more. In other words, 12 hitters and 13 pitchers, which is what a lot of teams are doing now. Let's get the sound back on. And all right, so Flores is going to run. Unless we bring Matt Reynolds, who plays third base. Okay, we're going to bring in Matt Reynolds to pinch run. Reynolds, pinch run for Flores. Top of the 15th. Top of the 15th there. And okay, so Matt Reynolds is running for Flores. So he gets removed and he'll play third base. And the crowd noise sounds very peculiar. Oh, no wonder. That's not my regular crowd noise. That's the problem. No, that's not my regular crowd noise either. Here's my regular crowd noise. I like this one. It'll come on in a minute. Okay, so Reynolds is running for Flores. And pinch hitting is going to be Johnson, Kelly Johnson. For the pitcher was Robles, I believe. Yes. Robles, who's in yellow. Okay. And that's it. Kelly Johnson's up. Here's a pitch to Kelly Johnson from Arodys Vizcaino. It's going to be off Arodys' card, 4-11. 4-11 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. He's a 3. And we rolled a 3. That's going to be a single. So over to third goes Reynolds. And and it's a hit for the pinch hitter, Johnson. It's a single. We're going to double check that. It's a 3 pitcher, and it's a single. So it's first and third now. Infield's going to be in for the Braves, and it's De Aza. De Aza walked in his first at bat tonight. He came in on a double switch, replacing Conforto in left. And the infield in, here's the pitch from Vizcaino. It's going to be a 5-5 off Arodys' card. 5-5 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 away now. And it's Rene Rivera. Rene Rivera. It's his third at bat. He's 0 for 2, so he's due. Here's the pitch to Rivera. And it's a 5-7. A 5-7. That's ball 4. The bases are loaded. Infield is still in. And Granderson, who has an outstanding on-base percentage and a whole lot of power. Not a big hitter for average, although in 216 he did bat almost 240. And that's pretty good for him. Okay, so here's the pitch from Arodys Vizcaíno with the infield in to Curtis Granderson in the top of the 15th inning. And it is off Curtis Granderson's card. It's a 1-6, and that's a hard hit ground ball at the first baseman. And Freeman goes over to short and back to first. It's a 3-6-3 double play, and the Braves get out of the jam. Arodys Vizcaíno gets Granderson to ground out sharply to the first baseman, Freeman, who then turns it into a 3-6-3 double play. And that's the end of the top of the 15th inning. We go to the bottom half of the 15th inning, tied at 5-5. This is an incredible marathon game here. And for the Mets, we never even picked out a pitcher at this point, but we have plenty of them, so there's no problem there. And it's going to be Bastardo. Bastardo is going to face Enciarte. Let's see, Enciarte is a lefty. Good, perfect. So that's a good justification for bringing in Bastardo. I just love saying that name, right? Bastardo. All right, Bastardo. Antonio Bastardo. That's my name. He stole my name. And he's going to be pitching in the bottom of the 15th inning. Arodys, we never wrote Arodys' name. Vizcaíno. Never wrote his. Okay, and now it's going to be Bastardo. And Bastardo is going to be blue. Okay, so here's Ender. Here's the pitch from Bastardo to Ender. Now, let's look at Bastardo's stats. He was 3-0 with a 4.52 ERA. He's a lefty specialist type. 68 innings pitched. He played with Pittsburgh and New York. He's still with New York at this point. I think he goes to Pittsburgh after this. So it's 2-6. And that's off Enciarte's card. A 2-6 is a walk, ball 4. So Enciarte's on at first. Freddie Freeman now. Freddie Freeman is a lefty batter as well. And that's off of Bastardo. It's a 5-10. A 5-10 is a ground ball right at the shortstop. Let's see if we can turn this into a double play. It's a 10, and we have a 2. And no, that ball goes flying over the head of the first baseman. That's the second error of the game for Cabrera, who's usually very, very short-handed and very accurate with his throws. And that's going to send Enciarte to third base. A two-base error by Asdrubal Cabrera. He handled it, perfectly. And then when his throw went high, and it was too high for the first baseman, Loney, to reach it. And now we have runners on second and third. And the infield is going to come in for the Mets. We rolled a 10. It's a two-base error. Wow. Okay. So second and third. And it's 5-5 in the bottom of the 15th inning. It's Francoeur. Francoeur, I believe, is another lefty batter. Oh, no, he's a righty. Okay. Here's the pitch from Bastardo to Francoeur. Actually, you know what? Let's look and see. Bastardo, Familia, Robles. The game before this, we had Gilmartin, Blevins, Reed. Now we used everybody that we needed to use. So it's going to be Bastardo with the infield in to Francoeur. Why don't we walk Francoeur into Markakis? Nah. 3-8. It's off Francoeur's card. A 3-8 is a strikeout, swing and a miss. Huge out. Huge out for Bastardo. Now we can walk Markakis and pitch to Adonis. Markakis batted .269. He's a lefty, though, so Lefty versus lefty. All right. And then, or we pitch to Garcia and Flowers. 269. Garcia is going to be a 273, so we're not really gaining much there. On base is 311, on base is 346. So we're going to just pitch to Markakis. Whatever happens, happens. It's going to be 6-9. And that's going to be off Bastardo's card. And that's a strikeout. Strikes out his second consecutive batter. Amazing. Bastardo. What are you doing to me? First you give me a heart attack. And now you strike out 2 consecutive batters. But we still got to get through Adonis. Yeah, we still got to get through Adonis Garcia, who played the whole season at a 273 with 14 home runs, 65 RBIs. We definitely don't want to pitch to Flowers, who is the one who tied this game in the bottom of the 9th with a 2-run home run. So here's the pitch to Bastardo. Again, I'm drawing at straws here, looking for potentially somebody else who's available to pitch. You know what? We had Blevins that we hadn't used. We could have brought Blevins to face Markakis. Now Garcia is a righty, I believe, so we don't want to do that. Yeah, he's a righty. It's too bad, you see. Reed. Oh, Robles. Goodell. Let's look at Goodell. We got a Goodell in here. Let's see what his numbers were. I know the Mets had some pretty decent pitchers. He should be here, and we could bring him in. Eric Goodell. Oh, boy. Yeah. No, we're not bringing Goodell. Yeah, we'll bring Goodell. What the heck? All right. Since we've been here so long, what difference does one more pitcher make, right? And he won't be pitching for a while. I mean, batting for a while. So Goodell is going to be, what color is Goodell going to be now? We used pink, green. No, we used red. We didn't use orange yet. So we have to... Goodell is going to pitch to Garcia. Here's the pitch from Goodell. Infield is back now. It's off Adonis's card. It's a 2-4. A 2-4. It's a ground ball hit right at Asdrubal. And he's going to step on the bag for the force. Decided not to flip, took it himself. But beat... oh, the bases weren't loaded. Wait a second. He throws over to first. And that's the third out of the inning. Yeah, so it was second and third. So that was huge. Goodell gets the out after Bastardo walked the first batter, and then an error by Asdrubal put Cabrera put the runners on second and third. It was a 2-base error by Cabrera. And then Bastardo struck out Frank Hoare, struck out Markakis, and then the manager brought in Eric Goodell, to pitch to the righty Garcia, and he got Garcia to ground out. So that we go to the 16th inning, and it's going to be Cabrera, Cespedes, and Walker against Vizcaíno. Wow. All right, let's go to Cabrera. Let's see, 2-4. 2-4 is a fly ball left field, one away. Cespedes. 2-7. And that ball is lined for a single base hit for Cespedes. Not much of a base stealer. So he's going to hug the bag. Neil Walker now. It's 5-6. That's a strikeout. Second out of the inning. And James Loney. Here's a pitch to Loney. And it's a 3-6, and that's a line drive base hit. And we're going to try to send Cespedes to third, and Cespedes is what? Cespedes is a 1 to 13, 1 to 15. That's a 1, so he makes it to third easily. And that is Loney's 4th hit of the game, so it's first and third now. And the batter is Wilmer Flores. 2 outs. Wait a second, where's Wilmer? What happened to Wilmer? Wilmer should be in there somewhere. Did we accidentally pull out Wilmer? Or did we put him in the wrong place? Yeah, Wilmer's lost. Oh, here he is. I got him. Okay. He just went to the dugout to exchange bats. The bat he was using may have had a small chip in it. Okay, so it's Flores against Arodys Vizcaíno. Here's the pitch to Flores. And it's off Flores' card, which is a good omen for the Mets, but not in this column. Column 3 is the worst one for Flores. And that's going to be a fly ball lifted to center field. And Ciarte settles under it for the 3rd out. Wow. So that is the top of the 16th. And the Mets leave 2. Go to the bottom of the 16th. It's still 5-5. In the bottom of the 16th, it's going to be Eric Goodell, who's going